Tonight we are dining at Royal Court on board the Disney Fantasy. If you don't know, we do dining reviews every single Monday, so be sure to check those out. So like I said, we are dining at Royal Court. The Disney Fantasy is part of Disney Cruise Line. We have actually been on this ship many times and we are excited to be back on board. This is our first night back on the ship of our 7-night cruise, so we will have plenty of dining reviews, so make sure you stay tuned for all of those. If you don't know, Disney does rotational dining, so they don't have one main dining room, they have multiple dining rooms or multiple restaurants, and you have one service team. So you will be given an itinerary that shows you what restaurants you will be eating at each night of your sailing, and then your service team actually follows you to the restaurant. So you'll have the same servers the whole entire cruise at all of the different restaurants. But yeah, we are super excited to get started. We're eating at Royal Court, so I went with a Royal Cinderella Court sort of Disney bound. Yeah, but the bread service is here. Josh has got some drinks. We're ready to go.
So a little bit different than normal, which is the fact that you don't actually have a physical menu. So they bring these to the table and you scan the QR code for the menu. But we also have bread service, so dig it in. So we've got the sourdough, and they don't have butter tonight. So we've got a green olive. It's a green olive oil. Ooh, smells really good. Something about dining here on the Fantasy, or any Disney cruise really for that fact of the matter. Rotational dining, everything's included. So when you go to order tonight, or whenever you're on the ship, don't be afraid to order more than one thing, or if you get something and you don't like it, let the staff know. They will be more than happy to bring you out something else for you to try and hopefully enjoy if you didn't enjoy what you had the first time. So normally, sometimes we get more than one appetizer. We don't normally get more than one entree, but normally more than one appetizer or super salad to really try and get a full kind of feel for the menu. So so just keep that in mind that it's included, so take advantage of it. So for my dinner cocktail tonight, as we really begin to feel the ship moving, I've got the Double Crown. This is Crown Royal, CHANBORD, COINTREAU, cranberry juice, and freshly squeezed lime juice. It says right on the menu it is available at an additional fee. So again, unlike other cruise lines, Disney does not have a drink package that includes alcohol for the most part. You can get a beer or wine package or water, but so cocktails are going to be extra. It's got a sugary rim. It's pretty good. I'm not a real Crown Royal fan, bourbon fan, whiskey fan, anything like that. But it's really not noticeable in here. And for them calling it a Double Crown, I would have expected to at least taste it a little bit more, but I don't. It's really buried nicely with the cranberry juice and then just a little hint of citrus from the lime. So it's a pretty good cocktail. They do serve you with a straw, but it is cardboard and I'm not going to use it. I forgot my metal straws up in the room. So remind me tomorrow, everybody, to bring my metal straws.
For my appetizer tonight, I chose to get the fried brie. This comes with an orange and cranberry chutney on the side. The fried brie was absolutely perfection. Brie is already a super melty cheese, but when you bread it and deep fry it, it's even extra melty and so delicious. Brie is a little bit of a stronger cheese. Most people are used to provolone and mozzarella in, fried form, but this is right up my alley. And we also decided to try the escargot tonight. If you have never had escargot, that is snails. It is a French dish, and this is actually a French-inspired menu tonight. The escargot, I was a little skeptical. It does have butter and garlic and herbs in there. I think what I was most hesitant about was the texture. However, when I tried it, I was shocked at how much I enjoyed it. The texture was not slimy at all, like what I was expecting. It was very good. oysters are much more slimy than this was, and the flavor of the garlic and butter in there, because that's what I was thinking. I was thinking it was going to be like oyster texture, but it was not at all. It was definitely a little more meaty than an oyster is. But yeah, I am pleasantly surprised with how much I enjoyed that. I actually had 3 of them.
For my appetizer tonight, I went with the duck confit, slow-cooked duck leg pulled and garnished with dried cranberries and walnuts. This is served cold, not warm. Pretty good, and it's a nice kind of lighter start to the dinner, I guess. But like I was saying earlier, feel free to get more than what maybe you would normally get. I don't know. But obviously, like Taylor said, we went to escargot. I had escargot way back, long time ago.
2017.
And I got really sick that night, and I thought it was the escargot. You really don't taste like the snails. It's really all you're tasting is butter and garlic. So give it a try. I mean, it's Disney. Quality's always going to be the best. So give it a try. If you don't like it, don't eat it. No big deal. Order something else.
So in addition to our appetizers, you can also do a soup and salad course. So we did soup, and I got the French onion soup tonight. This was a beef broth with caramelized onions and had a broiled Gruyere cheese on the top. It was amazing. It was like, almost looked like it was like extra broiled, but that was awesome because it made the cheese like super bubbly and the onions were really caramelized in there. Very good French onion soup. For my entree tonight, I had the Chateaubriand. This is a roasted filet steak served with a side of crushed new potatoes, buttered green beans, and a red wine jus. You can also get a béarnaise sauce on the side. I chose not to do that. This was fantastic. I got it cooked medium rare. This is kind of served, it is filet, but it's actually served like prime rib style. So they actually roast it and then they cut it and serve it to you at the temperature that you would like. It's not cooked flat on a grill. Very good though, nice medium rare, super easy to cut with the knife, barely even needed the knife. I did like the potatoes. They were served in a different style, I think, than I'm used to. They were like almost mashed, but not super mashed. And the green beans were good as well. I liked the red wine jus that came with it as well. Overall, a very good meal for me to start the first night of the cruise. French onion soup, steak, we're good to go.
After my appetizer tonight, I went with a salad, or I went with a soup, not a salad. I'm thinking soup and salad. Normally when we eat on any of these restaurants here on the Fantasy or any Disney Cruise Line ship, we always do an appetizer, then a soup or salad, and then our main course. So one with the potato leek soup, it was pretty good. It's straightforward. Had a nice little touch of salt in there, so it had a little bit of like seasoning to it, and had a nice consistency. Sometimes I'm afraid they're going to be like too watery. But this had a really nice, not too thick, not too watery. It was Goldilocks, perfect. For my entree tonight, I went with the roasted rack of lamb cooked medium. This was fantastic. Served with potatoes, buttered Brussels sprouts, which are basically steamed almost, and then a burgundy rosemary sauce. They have fantastic. They had a nice, almost like pistachio crust around the outside, a little bit of horseradish in there, so it gives it a little bit of a bite. And then, I mean, they were just seasoned perfectly. I mean, they were like lollipops. You could eat them like lollipops. They were so good. Definitely something that I would get again if they had it. I don't remember getting that in the past, so I kind of wonder how much of the menu has been actually changed up since the last time we were on. So I'm pretty excited, and we're going to move on to desserts. So I didn't get dessert tonight because nothing really interested me. Not that it's not good, because it's plenty good, but I always like to finish the night off with a cup of coffee. So I've got a cup of coffee, and regular coffee is included along with Coke products, water, tea, all that stuff. So you don't have to pay anything extra because it's included. So always finish the night off with a cup of coffee. Cheers.
For my dessert, I had the signature dessert tonight. This was the classic Abra Gâteau. This is layers of sponge soaked in coffee syrup with chocolate ganache and rich buttercream. This dessert is amazing. I was actually expecting this to be more like thicker layers like tiramisu. However, the layers are so thin that the coffee liqueur does not overpower the whole dessert, because I feel like sometimes that can happen with a tiramisu. This is absolutely amazing. I love the chocolate ganache and the buttercream in there, and that coffee liqueur flavor just comes through a little bit. Absolutely wonderful. This was a perfect first dinner of our cruise.
So we just finished eating at Royal Court. It's actually been a few minutes, and if you see us go like this,
we're moving a little bit now.
Yeah, the ship's really hauling. So so we just finished eating inside, and then we went and did a bunch of other things. So
yes, so we're back at the room after dinner, and it was a wonderful first night at dinner. We got to meet our service team, so we will have them the whole entire cruise. Unless you do the adult restaurants, then they don't go there with you, but through your main dining rotation, we'll have them. So this cruise, we have Kristin and Rafi. So I'm very excited.
Yeah, it was good. And like Taylor said, we'll see them again. We're not going to see them tomorrow because we're going to be eating at Remy, which will be another special dining review that you guys get to see next week. That does cost a little bit extra. But again, as always, these are like, I know we're calling them dining reviews. They're included with your cruise fare. So take advantage of it. If you get something, you don't like it, get something else. If you want to try something, just let them know. And they are more than happy to bring you out literally every single dessert if you want it.
Yeah, and that's what our server told us. She's like, if there's anything you think you might like, just tell me and we will bring it out. Yeah. So they're very accommodating and it is wonderful. The food was so good tonight. I was very surprised with the escargot, but it was very good. Steak was cooked perfectly and that dessert was like spot on. Way better than what I like anticipated it was going to be. So yeah, but it's still waving around in here. Let us know if you have ever dined at Royal Court, or because the rotational dining is a little bit different, you may have not even had the French menu in that restaurant.
And you may not even eat at Royal Court your first night.
You may not, but let us know if you've ever dined there or had the French menu during your Disney cruise.